I love you, Allah.
You know, for these 30 days, we deny ourselves a lot of things. Our body, as I mentioned before, our body, my throat, my stomach, right? They have needs. And I've trained myself for 30 days to deny even what I physically need. Some of you, man, you guys work at an office, you're like, man, I need my coffee. I don't know how I'm going to function without my coffee. I need a break. Some of you are addicted to cigarettes. I'm not about to pass a fatwa. But you need your cigarette break. Some of you are constantly chewing gum. Some of you are, whatever, you have a chocolate problem. Whatever your issue is. You know, I have a chocolate milk problem. But whatever your issue is, you need to go back and snack at it, and you can't function if you don't have it. And for 30 days you function just fine. You did it. In other words, you proved to yourself that none of the addictions you might have, none of the things you think you can't do without, you can actually do without them. And only because you're obeying Allah. And that's something you thought was impossible, but Allah made that easy. Now you take that forward and you realize there are some things you are engaged in, or I'm engaged in, that may be a disobedience to Allah. And you've told yourself, I can't do without it. I have to do, I'll die if I don't. How can I survive without it? And Allah has already trained you for 30 whole days. Yes, you can. You can actually live without it. You can obey me and I will make things easy for you, just as I did in Ramadan. That's the lesson, that's the first lesson that He's giving us, that outside of this month, you know, Shaitan's about to come out of jail. And he's going to hit you hard. Because he knows that you've made a lot of progress, and the more progress a believer makes, the more angry Shaitan gets. So he's going to be more aggressive as soon as Ramadan is over than he's ever been in the entire year. Later on, when he's done his attacks and you've gotten used to him again and you're back into his way of things, then he takes it easy. He's got other victims to worry about. But right after Ramadan, he's waiting, and he's perched up, ready to go and to ruin whatever progress you've made and I've made. This is his goal. And so, part of that, when Allah says, وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرِ, and Allah does not want difficulty for you, is actually the battle we're going to have with Shaitan. Because Shaitan comes to you and says, man, take the easy road. Make life easier for yourself. Every act of disobedience is actually his invitation to make things easy. And he's trying to convince us that obeying Allah makes things harder. It makes things more difficult. And Allah is saying, believe, right now his influence isn't there. Listen to Allah's words. He's the one who wants things to be easy, and He's the one who does not want things to become difficult. This is the exact opposite of the message that you will feel inside of you when Ramadan is over. When obedience to Allah will start feeling difficult, and disobedience to Allah will start feeling easy. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Then Allah says, وَلِتُكْمِلُ الْعِدَّةِ. And one of the goals of this month is that you should complete the month. Complete the count. What's the purpose of saying that we should complete the count, these 29 or these 30 days? You see, in any training, some of you are training as athletes. Some of you have training at work. People have police training, fire department training, medical training. All kinds of training exist in life. And in any training, it's inconvenient. You have to get accustomed to a tough schedule. You have to wake up early in the morning. You have to do things that are more and more difficult. And as your training goes on, things get heavier and heavier. But you know what's happening as you're training, and especially as you're consistently training, you know, if you're physically training, your body's changing. Your stamina is changing. Your ability to get up is changing. Your ability to last longer is changing. Your ability to withstand more difficulty is changing. You're able to lift heavier and heavier weights, for example. The purpose of training is to make you stronger. And it is as though Allah Azza wa Jalla is telling us that these 30 days, you have to finish these 30 days of training, because at the end of that training, you'll be strong enough to last the other 11 months. You need these 30 days to give you the spiritual strength, the muscle, that you can stand against what's coming for almost an entire year. And then you have to revisit and retrain yourself again, and that'll be the next Ramadan.